Hi guys, my name is Priyanka and welcome to my vlog. Today I'm going to teach you 5 ways in which you can become mentally strong. So let's get on with it. The first thing that you need to rectify in your life is your sleep cycle. And when I talk about sleep cycle, usually people come up and say, oh, we have, never paid attention to our sleep. We think that, sleeping 4 to 5 hours at a stretch is just good enough for us. What we don't really realize in our life is that when we don't get good enough sleep, we are making bad decisions, we are facing mental fog and fatigue and tiredness. So this circadian rhythm of yours is very essential to create good energy levels throughout the day, and if you are messing with the circadian rhythms, then you are going to have a lot of anxiety, and you're going to probably drink a lot of coffee to compensate this lack of sleep that you're facing in your life, rather than correcting your sleep cycle. Now, what are sleep cycles? There are three kinds of sleep cycles. The first one is your light sleep, then is your REM, and then is your deep sleep. Now, REM is the moment when you are awake. Actually, it's closest to being awake, and it is in full form, it is called rapid eye movement, and that is not the sleep that you want to be in. You want to get good deep sleep in your life, and usually people don't have deep sleep cycles in their life. They are usually in the REM state, and the reason why you need to have deep sleep in your life is because when you go into deep sleep, that is a time when you are storing all the memories in your brain. Your brain is always storing memories, whatever you're going through in the day, and it only does that when you go in deep sleep. Also, your cells regenerate when you are in deep sleep, so it is very much essential for your body to regenerate its cells. And if you don't want to fall prey to cardiovascular diseases or diabetes and even Alzheimer's, you need to start paying attention to your sleep cycle. Best time to sleep is between 9 to 10, and you need to get good 8 hours of sleep. Yes, a lot of people are now saying that 8 hours are not enough because you are not going into deep sleep, and that is what matters. So how can we go into deep sleep? The easiest way you can do that is by doing meditation just before you go to sleep. I do that, and I find that on days that I'm meditating right before I go to sleep, I actually go into deep sleep very fast, and I get a good sleep that day. A study to back it. Dr. Dimitri, who's from Harvard, and he had done a study where he had played sounds to people before they went to sleep, and people who were more relaxed, stress free, were the ones who were going into deep sleep very fast. And you can do that too in your homes. If you want to create a pattern of deep sleep in your life, then you can listen to some soothing music just before you go to sleep, and you will find that your sleep is becoming better. So how can sleep make us mentally strong? You would ask me that question next. See, when you go to sleep and you get a good hour's rest the night before, you will find that next day you have good energy levels, you're making decisions in a better state of mind, and if you're rested enough, you are not irritated, you are quite rational in your thinking, and that is what you need in your life. If you want to become mentally strong, you need to pay attention to your now sleep. Let's come to the second point. How can food affect our mental health? And most of the time you will find that when you are going through some troubles in your life, you are binge eating, you're eating onto a lot of sugar, and it's a cycle that is very difficult to break through. And you will find that whenever you are under pressure in anxiety, you are going to pick up on the sweets in your life. You're going to eat a lot of sugary treats, drink a lot of sugary drinks, and those are going to give you a high for a little bit of time, and then the drop that comes in is even worse than what you were feeling before. So you really need to pay attention to the food that you're eating, because your food is now going to affect your thought process. And so these gut microbiomes are very, very important for us. They help us fight diseases, and if our gut microbiome is not in correct form, and we are not paying attention to our food habits, then it is going to create a lot of issues for you. And especially people with gut issues will tell you that they have a lot of anxiety, and it's happening because they are not paying attention to the kind of food they've been having. You will find that I think more than half of the time, you are just worried about your gut issues only. So cut down on the sugary drinks, cut down on the sugars, and pay attention to the kind of foods you're having. Now, I'll give you 5 foods that are going to increase your brain power too. They're going to help you fight Alzheimer's. These are the kind of foods that are easily available in India. The first one are seeds. You can have pumpkin, sunflower seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, and all of the combination of above. You can have them in your, add them in your morning breakfast routine, and you will find that they are very much helpful for your gut. And I do that too. I have a routine where every day in my household we have a bunch of seeds in the morning. We start our day with the seeds, and you can roast them, and you can add them even in normal food items, like if you're making poha or vermicelli. You can add all of these seeds, and they taste fantastic. They, in fact, make them even better. So you can incorporate in your Indian breakfast dishes as well, or you can have bowl, fruit bowl, or a smoothie bowl. You can do that too. Although I do not prefer smoothie bowls because. According to Ayurveda, we're not supposed to combine a lot of fruits, and we're not supposed to make a smoothie out of them and drink them, because that takes away the essence of fruits. Now, second is fruits. You can incorporate a lot of fruits, and try having at least 2 varieties of fruits in a day. Better than having sweets in your life. If you're feeling like you want to have something sweet, pick up a banana. It's filling, and it's better than having a store-bought sweet. Now, third one are avocados. They are slightly on the expensive range, but if you can afford them, then yes, you can incorporate them in your daily diet. In India, you get a lot of leafy vegetables, and you can load them up and have a good diet of leafy vegetables. Have a lot of saag. I think we don't really pay attention to saag. But have a lot of saag. I think it's amazing. Category, you can add curd and honey, and it would be nice if you can afford organic honeys. There are a lot of farms that have come up that are selling organic honey, and you can have that too. The foods that you can have every day in your diet to improve your gut microbiome, and you will find that when you improve your diet, not does your skin and your hair gets better, you are going to feel energetic, you're going to feel less lethargic, you're going to have a clear and sharp mind, and that is essential for good decision making. Let's come on to the third point. The reason why we suffer a lot in life is because we're always going by the opinion of others. We pay attention to what others are saying to us, and most of the time we give value to what people are saying to us, and we put in a lot of effort into overthinking. And if we had done the same kind of effort into not thinking, we could have done better in our lives and become mentally strong, but we don't do that. We're always paying attention to what others are saying about us, and becoming a victim in our lives, and treating ourselves in the most worst possible ways. We tell ourselves that life is very, very tough for us because of the way people are treating us. See, at the end of the day, this is just an illusion. You are living in a world full of illusions. A spoken word by somebody doesn't mean anything in your life until unless you give weightage to it. The moment you stop paying attention to it, the moment you stop paying any sort of attention to that kind of behavior that somebody is showing towards you, you are going to become mentally free. And when you stop paying attention to these kind of behaviors and tactics and manipulations by other people, you will find that you have a lot of energy to take on new projects in your life and make your life better. So stop paying attention to what people are saying about you. And you can do a few mental exercises. You can write down how somebody is making you feel. And when you write down and it becomes clear on a paper, you can read it, then you will find that you are wasting so much of your energy and time. And that is what you have in this lifetime. You have a very limited time and a very limited amount of energy that you can spend in a day. So if you want to spend that entire day and energy thinking about what others are talking about you, then you are wasting your time. And if you want to become mentally strong, you have to detach yourself from all of these scenarios in your mind, because actually at the end of the day they are just scenarios and nothing else that you've built up in your mind. And once you free your mind of that, you will find that you've already become mentally strong, because you're no longer paying attention to the opinion of others. And you can do that not just by writing, but you can also meditate. When you meditate, you reach into a higher conscious level, and you vibrate at a higher level. And when you do that, you are no longer worried about outcomes in your life. You're no longer worried about what others are saying about you. Let's come on to the fourth point. It's the most obvious one, and that is that you need to have a regular workout routine in your life. The best thing that you can pick up as Indians living in India is to pick up yoga. We don't do yoga more than pranayam in our lives, and I'm grateful that at least Indians are doing pranayam. Before that, we didn't even do that also. But it's essential to also take up yoga asanas. The first yoga asana that I tell everybody, that is Surya Namaskar. If you wake up and you do 12 Surya Namaskars in a day, that is more than enough for you. You can start slow. You can start by just 5, or you can take up walking also. But make sure that you're not walking on dusty pavements and dusty areas, or walk in well lit green areas. Maybe you can go to a park. And when you're going for morning walks, listen to the birds that are chirping in the morning, and walk barefoot on the grass. I don't have to tell you that how much peaceful it feels when you go out for morning walk and you're walking barefoot in on grass. Because lot of us are living in these multi-storied complex, and we have a very small tiny patch of grass that is only meant for kids, and we usually don't have our own private lawns. So we are now removed from nature. We might have few potted plants in a house, but that is not nature. Nature is when you can go near trees and see how they are interacting with the world. Nature teaches us stillness, and that is what we need to learn in our life. We need to still our mind. So if you have time in the morning, you can go for morning walks. And if you're going for morning walks, do this simple exercise. Go and touch both of your palms onto the trees, and exchange beautiful energies with them. You will find that you are now connected in some way with nature, because our intrinsic nature of as a human is to be connected with the nature, and we have not done that in so many years. We are living in these boxed houses, driving a boxed cars, and going to boxed studios as offices, and we feel that we are lost. We are lost because we are not living close to nature. And of course, in this day and age, we cannot sometimes leave big cities and go and live in smaller areas, because we have to, of course, become financially strong as well. So at least we can do one thing, that is we can go for nature walks on weekends. We can find some area close to a house where we have a lot of trees, and we can go there and just sit in nature for some time. And regular exercise, I don't have to tell you that it releases dopamine and it makes you feel better. Also, exercise regimen, if you're finding it difficult to pick up in your life, Then you can do a very simple exercise, and that is you can place your sneakers next to your bed the night before, and these are going to now remind you that you have to wake up and you have to go for your morning run or a walk. Come to the fifth point. It's very much essential that we as humans create some sort of motivation in our life, because we are having a nature where we need to be motivated continuously. If we are not motivated enough, if we are not hopeful enough, then we find ourselves, going down into depression or anxiety. And one of the reasons why many people are feeling demotivated in life is because they don't have habits that give them hope or motivation. It's just not about having grand plans in your life that, I am going to become the best writer in this world. And you are going to think that, but you're not going to take any action. You're not going to sit and write a book. You'll keep on delaying it because we also have a habit to procrastinate. So it is essential to have these micro habits in your life every day. Do something for 30 minutes that gives you not just relaxation, but gives you a deep meaning in life. And that can be, singing, painting, or reading books, even cycling. A good exercise routine also, and gives you a little bit of hope that you're going out and looking at the world without really, judging it, just enjoying yourself. So you really need to take out 30 minutes every day in your life to take up a habit that you wanted to do as a child, but you never got the chance because you were so busy creating a career for yourself. And why I say 30 minutes is because that's the only time where you will create an atmosphere or environment where you are going to forget all the stresses in your life, and you're going to just concentrate on what makes you happy. And if you're motivated enough, you will find yourself becoming mentally strong, because most of the time we become mentally weak when we don't have a purpose in life and we don't have something that we want to wake up to. And sometimes we are stuck in careers and places where we don't want to be. But so what we need to do is we need to find ways to keep ourselves motivated. You can have a second career. Let's say if you don't like your office job, then you can pick up a hobby and make it a career, because that way you are living the life that you want to live and not compromising on this life. Because when we start compromising in life, when we start living a life that is just in rat race, you're just waking up every morning and having no purpose, although you have a career, you have good house, you have money, but you're lacking purpose. And when you lack purpose, you will find yourself getting depressed and getting anxious. So it is essential that you have some hope in your life. And when you take out these 30 minutes, if let's say you are going in for a painting class, you want to take up painting, you're also interacting with a lot of individuals outside your comfort zone. And when you interact with different individuals in your life, you create different perspectives in your life. And these social interactions are going to become, something that you never thought or hoped that you would ever have in your life, because you've reached a certain age. So they are going to give you that added jump in your life. This vlog is going to come on Independence Day. I want to wish everyone a very happy Independence Day. Thank you for watching my vlog, and do like, share and subscribe. Jai Hind.